There are some actors and actresses whose name you may not recall instantly, but at the same time, you remember most of their films, you recall the songs that were picturized in them, and you even catch yourself humming those songs without the memories of the actor associated with them inundating your brain. Zarina Wahab is one of those actors whose name you may not recall instantly, but in a short period of time, just 3 years, and an equally small number of films, three to be precise, she created a space for herself forever in the history of Indian cinema. The films associated with Zarina Wahab are still remembered. They are classics by every stretch of imagination. They have great songs, they have a great script, they have great performances, but most importantly, they were trying to do something which usually popular Hindi films or even Hindi films of that time would not attempt so freely. This is Cinemazi Studios. I'm Gautam Chintamani, and let's take a trip down memory lane where we relive the career of an underrated actress, Zarina Wahab. Born in Visakhapatnam, Zarina was fluent in Telugu, Urdu, and Hindi. And while she was in school, she decided to pursue acting. She filled up the form for the FTII Institute in Pune. In the 1970s, it was very common for graduates of FTII Pune to shift to Bombay and start looking for work in commercial Hindi films. Jaya Bahaduri had already set the bar as far as graduates of FTII went. Zarina Wahab made her debut in 1974 with Dev Anand's Ishq Ishq Ishq. She played Shabana's younger sister in the film, but that is not how she had envisioned her career. While looking for work, she came in contact with Raj Kapoor, and Raj Kapoor was not very encouraging. He felt that Zarina Wahab's looks were not classic film star looks, and he told her to work on her mannerisms, her styling, and that kind of stuff. Zarina Wahab's big success came with Basu Chatterjee's Chit Chor. Now, Chit Chor was a smash hit. It was the third Silver Jubilee hit that Amol Palekar and Basu Chatterjee had had with Rajnigandha, Choti Si Baat, and Chit Chor. Chit Chor is a very simple story set in a village where Geeta, a simple village girl played by Zarina Wahab, falls in love with Amol Palekar's character, who's Vinod. Now, the people in the village assume that Vinod is the engineer, and it's a lovely match. Geeta's family promotes the romance, so to speak, between them.
मुझे क्या गलती से इंजीनियर समझ लिया था? हाँ। मुझे माफ करना गीता, मुझसे गलती हो गई.
कैसी गलती?
तुम्हारे माता-पिता से भी माफी मांग लूंगा.
But later in the film, you realize that Vinod is just the assistant to the engineer, and it is Sunil, played by Vijendra Ghatke, who's the engineer. Now, once that happens, Geeta's family starts pressurizing her to change her liking, but the heart wants what it wants. And that forms the crux of Chit Chor. Chit Chor became a very big hit, and it's remembered for its fantastic music. With the release of Gharonda, Zarina Wahab had established herself. In Gharonda, you had Amol Palekar and Zarina Wahab, who played this couple in love who pool in all their savings to buy a house.
वो मुंशी फ्रॉड निकला, सारे पैसे लेके भाग गया और
But when they get to know that the builder was a fraud who ran off with the money, they don't know what to do in order to get a grip on life. This is the phase where the owner of the company that they work in, played by Sriram Lagu, starts developing feelings for Zarina Wahab's character. Unlike the heroes of 1970s who were expected to do the right thing, Amol Palekar here not only finds the idea intriguing enough, but even promotes Zarina Wahab to go ahead and marry the character played by Sriram Lagu.
तुमसे शादी करना चाहता है ना? कर लो शादी. समझने की कोशिश करो छाया.
His logic is very simple. They don't have the money, they don't have the luxury of choosing. So he tells her that he's an old man, he's basically going to die in a few years, and all the money will be yours. And once we have that money, our life will be sorted. Although Zarina's character does not like the idea, she gives in and she ends up marrying Sriram Lagu's character. But life is full of surprises, and that presence of love in Lagu's life changes his health. He becomes much better and nothing can go wrong. But when he catches the former lovers talking to each other, he has a heart attack. And now this is the point where Amol Palekar's character Sudeep is overjoyed. But Zarina's character, she's okay with the idea, and she in fact tells Sudeep's character to just leave her alone. Directed by Bhim Sen, Gharonda's lyrics and the screenplay was written by the great Gulzar. Now that film's music was composed by Jaydev.
दीवाने शहर में रात में या दोपहर में रात में और दोपहर में
And the songs once again stood out. And this is the film where Roona Laila had a few numbers that were picturized on Zarina Wahab.
मुझे प्यार तुमसे
It wouldn't be completely wrong to say that in many ways Roona Laila became the voice of Zarina Wahab. In 1980, Zarina Wahab featured opposite Mithun Chakravarti in Sitara. Many of you would remember a film called Main Madhuri Dixit Banna Chahti Hu. Sitara in many ways is a precursor to that film. In Sitara, Zarina Wahab and Mithun play these characters called Dhanya and Kundan, who shift from the village to the city in search for a better life. They both are film fans and obsessed with cinema. And at one point, Zarina's character is discovered by a guy working in films, and he offers her a role. Once Zarina's dreams come true, Kundan, played by Mithun Chakravarti, starts feeling the distance and gets a sense that he's not her priority. Unable to take that, he goes back to the village, leaving Zarina to fulfill her dreams. Sitara had a great soundtrack. It was a combination of Gulzar and R.D. Burman. And that song Thodi Si Zameen, Thoda Sa Asmaan और ये साए हैं again form a great part of Gulzar's body of work.
थोड़ी सी जमीन थोड़ा आसमान तिनको
And are counted amongst the best that R.D. Burman composed. There were a few more films around the same time that Zarina Wahab featured in, big hits. One of them was Sawan Ko Aane Do. She also featured in Radha Gopal. But by the mid 1980s, she met Aditya Pancholi, then an up and coming actor on a film set, and she fell in love. Aditya and Zarina Wahab married against her mother's wishes. But once she had committed to Aditya Pancholi, films were no longer a priority. Through the mid 80s and early 1990s, Zarina Wahab reduced her body of work. This was the time when Aditya and Zarina also were starting a family. And she's featured in films like Tufan, Dehleez in the 80s and even early 90s. But she took a break from 1993 till the mid 2000s. Zarina Wahab made a comeback in Hindi films with films like Dil Mange More and Kisna the Warrior Poet in the mid 2000s. In 2009, she featured in a Malayalam film called Calendar. That film was a very big hit and it revived her career down south. In 2010, she played Shah Rukh Khan's mother in Karan Johar's My Name is Khan. In the second phase of her career, Zarina Wahab was largely limited to playing the mother's role or the bhabhi's role or stuff like that. She did a lot of television shows as well, but when it came to films, it was films like Agnipath, Himmatwala, Bobby Jasoos, where she played these supporting roles. Zarina Wahab got better roles and more meaningful roles in Malayalam cinema as opposed to Hindi films. In 2011, there was a film called Adam Inte Makkan Abbu. That film is a Malayalam film which had Zarina Wahab playing an elderly Muslim woman who, along with her husband Abbu, dreams of going on the Hajj. And the entire film is a very, very human story which looks at the trials of people who want to do this journey, but due to some reason or the other, they're never able to live their dream. That film was India's entry to Oscars that year and is Zarina Wahab's one of the better performances of Zarina Wahab, especially towards the second half of her career. For a long period, Zarina Wahab was largely in the news for reasons that had nothing to do with her acting or films per se. There were rumors of affairs, and in 2013, her son Suraj was arrested in aiding and abetting the suicide of Jia Khan. Zarina has survived all that and she has managed to create a body of work that, despite being very limited, is memorable. This is Cinemazi Studios. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and the bell icon, and let us know what you thought of this video and the kind of stories that you would like us to do. Thanks for watching.
आना